Okay, today all we have is a bow, and we have to try to get through all these monsters to get to the center of the dungeon where there's a big prize waiting for us. Thankfully, these first couple of monsters are fine because a couple hits for 16 damage take them out before we touch them, which is good. That guy has a nice amount of health right down there, but we have to make sure we're close enough to actually hit him. And once we're able to, he goes down, thankfully. This guy has a little bit more health, and he didn't take damage right away, so this is, that hurts, and we lose. But at least we can take all that money that we earned, all 4 gold coins, and we can use them to upgrade ourselves, like doing more arrow damage. And also having some more health, because our health also ticks down slowly as we go through this. So we have to make sure that we survive, and now we're doing 19 damage, taking out that guy a lot sooner. We can also run, but that's a little risky right now because of how long it takes to take these guys out. So we're just not gonna worry about that right now. This guy with 80 health should go down a little bit faster, and thankfully he does. So now there's just a giant column right here with a guy hiding behind it. Go figure. Come on, take him out, take him out, take him out. Oh no. So definitely need to start doing more damage. So now we're doing 25 damage. Very easily taking out these first couple of guys in 3 hits. Same with this guy right down here. Your health ain't looking so nice anymore, is it? Now this guy's gonna take 4 hits to go down, but that's fine. So is this guy, and I think, okay, now we're definitely seeing new territory because that guy is 3 digits to his health. So we need to make sure we shoot him 5 times, very good. And then 5 times again, come on, 1. Oh, our health ran out because it just whittles down, that's not good. Well, if that's gonna be our biggest detriment, then let's just upgrade our health. That should help us for a little bit, because our health is ticking down by 5. And the meter on the left is how far we have to go into the dungeon before we get to either the center of it or the first boss. I'm not really sure. But we're able to do pretty good right here. And now we're surviving a little bit longer. Hopefully taking out this guy right here, very good. And ooh, seeing some new area, I like this. But I don't think he hit us, I think we just ran out of health. But that was also getting kind of close to hitting us, so let's upgrade that, and now we can see a new upgrade for us. Pickup range. Might as well get that once, and then we get to see even more things, like the bestiary tab, sure. So now we can actually look at this, like there's zombies, and I guess there's actually some variations too. So it's not just looks, they have different abilities. Advances forward, and some of them launch projectiles. I don't like this idea. Well, hopefully they don't hurt too bad. And I guess this is where running would come in so we can cover more distance as we are slowly losing health. And we can actually get through these guys a lot easier now, so we don't have to worry about the distance closing in while running. Or we just use it to, you know, close the distance after we kill a monster. That sounds like a good idea, because we do need to get in range before hitting him. But it's not always guaranteed. Definitely need more arrow damage, and that gives us bow attack speed upgrades. I like it. Ooh, and now we get to see a better weapon, but that takes gems. Well, we'll just have to keep going until we get one of those. Doing 31 damage per strike now. We can run at this for a little bit. And this is that mummy that closes the distance. Thankfully, he's not a threat. Although getting more attack speed definitely helps here, but it also seems like our health whittles down faster as we run too, which I'm not really liking, to be honest. And what? Oh, right as the arrow shot, really? Well, at least we can also unlock the achievements tab, which it looks like we can claim some achievements. Like this one, which gives us 25 gold right away. Nice. More damage. And ooh, increased damage against bosses? Or increases horizontal movement speed. You know what, I'll take that. It gives us more upgrades, including another gem one, but that's an epic upgrade. Let's just see if we can max out our damage, and thankfully we can right here. Now let's work on health. So maxed out damage in that first node lets us do 46 damage per shot, easily taking out these enemies in 2 hits. And it would certainly be nice to increase our default movement speed so we don't have to rely on running. And it honestly might be better to just go at this pace, I'm not really sure. Because we still managed to get to the same spot here, but actually we're going a little deeper, good. That guy's doing things. Ooh, there's a projectiles, oh, okay. But we can only make it so far. Definitely need more health. And more health upgrades. Ooh, max health by 10. And armor too. Definitely more max health upgrades. And again, and again. So as long as we don't run, this should be a much better time. Because I feel like that's the ticket to having our health last longer. And it does seem like our pace constantly gets faster as we go in. But, oh, take him out, please. Okay, thank you very much. And then you as well. And then there's big guy with 323 health. Please go down. Ow! Wow, well that was a nasty projectile there. That's probably where we need more armor. And would that guy count as a boss? What does the bestiary say? Mini boss? So that's what we just went up against. Or was it you? I think it was you, because we had poison right at the very end. So I think that would work against the mini boss. So we can get one of those and, ooh, bow attack range, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And more damage by 25? Yes, please. Oh man, even more things. It just keeps going. Arrow move speed, even more damage by 65. How many damage do we do now? 136 damage? Oh, wow. And it looks like we do get armor now, but that goes away sooner than our health does, which is good, but that also means that we lose it right away. We're also just one-shotting so many things. This should be enough now to take out that mini boss. If it isn't, then I don't know what is. We don't even have to attack these guys right away. They could be right there and then bam, dead. And then you actually need 2 arrows, so dead. And then you as well, dead. 323 health, you're the poison inflicting one again. So take you out, yes! And then give us a gem. Ah, but we died before we could collect the gem? Really? But that did give us another achievement, so that's 15 more coins for us. So what then, more armor? More max health, might as well get that maxed out, and even more things. Let's max out our armor if we can. Oh wait, that's just max armor. It doesn't necessarily give us armor, I don't think. But here, more pickup range. Ooh, when active, this effect doubles all resources except boss crown. Interesting. But that also costs 200 coins, so we're not getting that soon. Instead, let's max out this health node, which gives more things. Increases chance to heal by 15% when you kill an enemy. I like this, I need it. Maxed out, and then heal 3 more HP on kill when healing chance activates. Yes, please. And then max health by 50, yes. I love how cheap these are. And that gives even more chance to heal, oh boy. So sure enough, the armor does give us armor right away, but if it ticks down by 5, then the armor really doesn't last very long. At least we have 300 health now, and the healing actually happens, sometimes. But when it activates, it only heals us for 10 HP, which I guess is enough for 2 ticks of damage. But it is also a 30% chance, so it's a lot less often than I would like. Just get rid of this mini boss here. Ooh, dodge the poison. We're continuing. We are continuing. We're through the first gate. Just gotta keep going like this, marching a little faster. Shooting, can we shoot through the column? We can shoot through the columns. These don't even matter. Okay, we are going way further than I thought we could. Just gotta make sure we keep taking out enemies, and it looks like we can. Oh, I get him. Ooh, that was close. Got a little bit of healing off of there. Just keep it going, keep it going. Oh, ooh, we didn't get hit there, but we're about to get hit here. Ow, but we still managed to pass through, but not that time. Wow, okay, huge boost in progress. But we definitely need more arrow damage to make up for all of that. And then more damage against bosses. Let's try this one first, because I'm not sure the mini bosses count. And I kind of want to see if our running can keep up with the healing, but I'm not sure it can. Well, since we know how far we can get normally, might as well see if it's a little bit shorter if we're running. There's some healing there, which is good. And we actually did get 1 gem from that mini boss. So we just got to get through this mini boss once again to get a few more gems, and we keep going, very good. We might actually be able to make it just as far. Just hopefully the healing procs happen a lot more often, and ooh, that hurt. Maybe now's where we slow down a little bit. We're almost to the next mini boss, which I think is the life-stealing one. Ooh, 1.3 thousand health? Ow! Well, that's just rude. And we need 6 gems for this dagger. Well, let's max out the attack range, which sadly didn't open up anything down here. Maybe this one will. It opens up down here, even more damage. Let's get some more armor first. Ooh, increases armor against projectiles. Oh, I like this, but we lose armor right away, so I'm not sure it matters. At least these ones give us max health and armor, but we'll just have to keep going in to make use of it, which it would be nice if there was a way to get armor right away. And by right away, I mean a chance to regenerate armor. Because if it goes down before it's even relevant, then what's the point? It's just extra health. At least, whoa, okay, that extra damage against mini bosses does work. He went down so fast. And I just realized we're doing 236 damage now, so that's even better. So we should still be able to charge through these guys, almost, but now it's a little bit riskier. Come on, just keep shooting, keep shooting. Get to the next mini boss, we're almost there. There he is, 1.3 thousand, And then a few hits here and there. Oh, we got hit, but we got through. Just enough to get the gem. And that does give us enough to get firing continuously by holding left click. You know what? Might as well. And then the next one is firing automatically, which is a legendary. I love that. But definitely more health until that's maxed out. And then more max health and armor. So now we can just fire continuously. Best use of gems ever. And as long as we stay kind of centered like this, we should be able to hit all the enemies going through. We're just gonna have to dodge a little bit once we get to the mini boss. Maybe. I think yes we do. Here he is. And we get through. Very nice. Now as long as we get through that second mini boss again, it should just take one more run before we get to that dagger. Because I'm not sure we're strong enough to... Whoop! Ooh, missed him. Okay, slow down a little bit. Oh dear, we're really messing this up. Yikes. Get this guy down. Oh, we got the gem at least. Okay, about the same as before. Definitely more damage against bosses though, because we got really close to him before he went down. And more damage by 65, so that's maxed out. We're doing even more damage. I feel like we're gonna one-shot the first mini boss at this rate, because we're doing 496 damage. Heck, we might one-shot the second mini boss. So the first mini boss can go down before we even have a chance of getting hit by the poison. And then we are, ooh, this guy can go down one shot, but now we need to slow down because it takes 2 shots now. What I'm wondering about is how many shots it takes to get rid of this mini boss. So it's 1, 2, oh, just 2? Ooh, I like this. We're able to continue safely, and we still have half of our health. But now the basic enemies have over 1,000 HP, so that's not good either because we don't do the bonus damage to them. At least we're still able to take a few of them out. We're halfway to the boss chamber already. Please go down. Ooh, that was close. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yow. Ouch. Okay, boss chamber's here, but the basic enemies still get in the way. And we're just 1 gem short of getting the dagger. So you know what? More chance to heal. So that puts our healing chance up to 45%. I do like those odds a lot better. And honestly, I just want to get that dagger. Need to get me a ye olde stabby stick. So let's just take out this mini boss as soon as possible. Not even worried about the poison. I don't even know how long it lasts. Okay, that actually wasn't very long at all, surprisingly. And if we get our healing chance up even more, then that poison shouldn't really matter all that much. Although it does still count as a hit, which isn't good either. And now this guy's here, but down to 2 shots, another gem. And then honestly, let's just go back to the menu. So now we can get the dagger, and that unlocks even more upgrades for it. Increases dagger damage by 100? Sure. Dagger attack range even higher? That costs a gem, but we were able to afford it. Dagger attack rate? Yes, please. Need to be stabbing all the time, and even more damage. And now there's a thing for more bow attack speed, interestingly. But we'll have to go in and try that out. And oh my god, wow. The dagger is working. Like right away, don't even have to shoot. So we can just let the dagger have fun for a little bit. It just flies out and poke. And the healing also triggers off of that. I love it. This can almost become a very passive dungeon crawl, as long as we dodge the poison, and ooh, good, the attack extra to bosses applies to the dagger too. I know what I said, and I said what I meant. Now we just have to watch for when the enemies start to get more health than our dagger can do, like this. Shoot them once, and then poke. Shoot them once, poke. And then this guy, shoot until we get close and poke. Very nice. Now, hopefully the dagger can keep up in this next area, which is basically a second arrow at this point, so that's even better for us. But some of the enemies do take even more than 2 of those, so hopefully, that was very dangerous. It's starting to be a little less dangerous, but they have 2,000 health now. How much is a boss gonna have? But here we are. Oh dear, ow. Okay, come on, get it through. Ow, there's the boss. We're going too fast. We're going too fast. Oh, that didn't work at all. So we definitely need more attack speed for sure. And what is this now? A fire gem? But we need a crown for that. Ooh, firing an additional arrow would be good. But also more damage because we have access to that right away. And then we might have to see about maybe dodging some of these enemies so we can survive a little bit longer. We won't get the rewards for it, but at least we'll survive. Kind of like that one did, because it was about time for us to turn off the running and maybe start shooting. It's not quite a passive dungeon crawl yet, and might as well just keep shooting all the arrows because we're doing a nice amount of damage. Okay, boss room is here again. Just gotta take care of all the enemies, very nice, and there's the boss right there. Please do more damage. Oh no! I swear he got down to triple digits right there at the end. And we're just shy of getting the arrow count up. So might as well go again until we have enough, and then we kind of have to wait this out until the dagger gets tired. because it is a little too good at its job. Although I guess we can just kind of skirt the dagger chance by getting just close enough to them that we take damage, but the dagger can't actually aim at them. So that helps. And now we get the arrow count up, which, ooh, now we can get a chance for bleed. And I guess we have enough gems to fire automatically, which is cool, but I think there was another one that I wanted that cost gems, but I'm also not seeing it right now, so maybe I'm crazy. Well, in that case, we might as well get the auto shoot. Now this can become very passive, and we're shooting 2 arrows at once. But the dagger now has to wait a little bit before it can shoot some more, which is a little too bad, but it's also fine. We're also getting some pretty good health procs happening right now. Doing 916 damage to the mini-boss? Wow, that is extra good. Mini-boss number 2, I feel like we don't even have to slow down, and sure enough, we don't. But now we should probably make sure that we line up with the enemies as we're running into them at full force, which thankfully we're still able to take them out because 2 arrows plus dagger seems to be the magic number. Until we're in the boss chamber, so now it gets a little dicey, so let's slow down. 4,600 health, and oh, we got him! Yes! We defeated the boss, and we unlocked Prestige 1. Ooh. And that gives us an achievement, defeating the first boss and completing the row. And because of that boss crown, we can get the fire gem. The bow fires a red arrow with the chance to ignite enemies, setting them ablaze. Burning enemies take 1.5 times base damage from each fire arrow. So if we're launching 2 of those, and that should be really good. And of course there's more upgrades since then, but since we do have 234 coins from all those achievements, we should probably get this harvester ability before we lose it again. This effect doubles all resources except boss crown, yes please. And then maybe more healing chance. We made it to the end there pretty easily, so I don't think we have to worry about that. Let's get some more fire arrow damage and more bleed chance. And then that whittled through the coins very quickly. But now we can dive at Prestige 1 and see just how bad this is. There's our little fire gem dancing next to us, and the dagger also has bleed on it. But now the harvester ability, if we hit that, then it's active, and then we should be doubling all the resources now. So it looks like each of the arrows has a chance to being fire, or it's just 1 fire arrow per customer. But now they're starting at 10,000 health. Oh, and hold on. Was our health going down way faster that time? Oh my gosh, it is. It's going down 30 at a time. Wow, I need that harvester ability active right away. Can't really run through this as quickly as we used to. And now the harvester ability needs to charge, which is taking forever to do. So now we're back to the point where we can't quite run yet. And we don't make it all that far either. Well, I guess that means it's time for more upgrades, such as fire arrow damage going up even more. So that's maxed out. More chance to burn. We could get that to 100%. And we should also make sure to use this harvester ability whenever we can, because that one just gave us 20 coins, whereas otherwise they give us 10. And unfortunately, we only survived long enough to be able to use it once. At least that's enough to consistently give us upgrades, but we definitely need way bigger health numbers. So we have 550 health going in. And the other thing is we still have to get pretty close before grabbing the chest, which is too bad. Ooh, but did that fire arrow just give us 3,000 damage, or was that the dagger? I think that's the fire arrow. Oh, but get this last chest? Okay, good. That's about the maximum that we can get to, at least for right now. We could also definitely use a higher chance to heal, so now that's up to 60% chance. But it still is only so much healing. It was only 10. We could definitely use more of that, so now that's 20. Not quite the full health tick loss, but it's close. And we can get more armor here. And there's so many damage numbers happening, it's a little hard to tell which one belongs to the dagger, but it should be good still. And then is there anything worth getting up here? Horizontal speed up. Okay, it just increases that more. I guess that's not really that important. But a super magnet would be good, although that costs 500 coins. Yikes. Let's get more armor in the meantime. Ooh, and we get a blue hedgehog, or it's a porcupine. Deals damage equal to 20% of the enemy's max health upon collision. Interesting. If the enemy dies from the impact, player takes no damage. Oh, I like this. That would be super good in a pinch, and I think that 1,500 damage was from our dagger. So, okay, maybe it wasn't. That might have been the burn damage. You know what, let's turn on manual fire and then see what this dagger does. So it pokes, and then pokes. Is the guy bleeding yet? I don't think he's bleeding yet. And that was so much damage. Probably needs even more bleeding chance. So, please make him bleed. Okay, you're not doing that yet. So we need even more from you, and more base damage, I think. I'm just trying to make the dagger good again. There's 1,000 damage there, which is a default, but if the enemy bleeds, it should be better. Okay, there's a bleed, and it wasn't doing anything there. So we need more bleed chance, and then if we get just one more, then that should be 100%. But there's a bleed there, 3,000. Okay, so that was only worth one hit, or it was only good for one hit, unfortunately. But even still, getting a 100% chance on that would be really good. Well, now we know how that works, so let's just dash forward with our arrow as is. And probably turning on the harvester would be good too. So we can make it a little bit farther still until we reach the first mini boss room, but no further. And you know what? Let's get more dagger attack range. And even more dagger attack range. So that might be the furthest that the dagger can go to. But now we have 100% bleed chance. And more dagger attack speed? Hold on. This is already 100. Why does it go higher than that? Oh well, more dagger damage. And more health over here. And I do hope these mini bosses give more health as well. Or not more health, more gems. But this one has 35,000 health and we can't even reach him all the way to damage him. So definitely need more health numbers over here, or more armor as well. But all those are maxed out. There's a collision one, but we don't really need that. Might as well get it though. Ooh, here we go, row damage resistance. This is the passive damage. Reduces the damage dealt to armor by the row by 20%. I like it. And more health numbers over here. So now our armor should survive a little bit better from the row, and it looks like it is. Only a little bit though. At least that means we can get even further before losing health numbers. Alright, mini boss, we should be able to survive the damage until we get to you, and come on, yes, we took him out! First mini boss down. Probably should have activated a harvester at that point. I wasn't sure we'd be able to make it, honestly. At least our healing is keeping us alive a little bit longer, but now these enemies are getting way harder to take down. But we have just enough to get even more armor. Oh, and the new ability? Grants immunity to enemy arrows. Does that include the mini boss arrows? Well, now that we can get that far, we should definitely use our harvester ability then, but I wonder if we use it right away, it'll come back by the time we get to the mini boss. And unfortunately, it seems like not, because the ability's only halfway charged. Oh well, we're still able to make it through. And we get our ability back now, so we can use it for a little bit before dying. And still our biggest problem is health, so still putting more money towards this. And getting health increased by 100, yes please. So now we just save our harvester ability until we get to that mini boss so we can get more gems. I don't even know if there's any more abilities that need gems to upgrade. I just think that's a good place to put it. But we do have over 1,000 health now. Mini boss is here, whittle him down a little bit, then use the ability, and more gems. But only one gem, really? I guess double of one is still better than one, but it's not as much as I was expecting. At least all of our combined skills let us take out all these basic enemies pretty easily. But also I'm noticing there isn't too much bleed happening. Okay, now there is. And we are already to the second mini boss room. I wasn't expecting our health increases to be that good, but that guy killed us. So we definitely need more attack speeds, like the dagger here. Max that out. And then attack range, sure. And more bleed duration, sure. And oh my goodness, increase arrow damage by 4,000? We have enough gems for that. And I'm sorry, but at this point, the damage against bosses going up by 100 seems a little pathetic, but we'll take it. Like, what was it over here? 20 and then 60? We just have a 1 upgrade into the arrows and it's doing 4,000 more damage. That is ridiculous. So now we should probably be sprinting through this in order to stand a chance at, I don't know, getting things at a decent pace. But also if the mini boss only drops 1 gem, then I think it's still better to activate the harvester right away to get the coins doubled. And we might be able to charge this boss down now. So just keep running, keep running, keep running, and yes, he's down. Beautiful. Would definitely like more chance to heal though, and for bigger numbers. Because losing almost 50 health on a charge like this is not great. And now's about time to slow down. And we get to here. I'm hoping if we keep upgrading this way, then there's gonna be another healing node. So increase health by 100 all the way. Lifesteal, I like this, but that costs 1,500 gold? Goodness. And it seems like the harvester doubles the coins regardless of when you kill the enemy. It's just when you pick up the chest, so that's good to know. And the ability certainly doesn't charge all that fast when you're running full speed into the dungeon. And I guess the guys are still tough, even when they have both debuffs happening. But there's a maxed out health node there. Ooh, hello. Increased chance to heal by 5% when you hit an enemy. Oh, that's different. Let's save up for that. Which thankfully doesn't take very long thanks to Harvester. And we're actually able to get Harvester by the time we reach the second mini boss, so might as well use it. But this guy has over 100,000 HP? Wow, but we still beat him, just barely. Here we go, lifesteal on hit. Ooh, and we just got an achievement for that. Unlock heal on hit chance, beautiful. That gave us all of our money back, so we can get that to 10%. And then of course get more health over here. We do have a lot of gems, but I don't think there's anything else that takes gems right now. Oh, just kidding, more arrow damage, 4,000 more. And then 18,000? Sure. Oh man, we're back to one-shotting enemies again. And that's just one of the arrows doing the one-shotting, I think. Never mind what the rest of them are doing. I don't even know if the lifesteal on hit is happening, they're dying so fast. It might show up there against this mini boss here. Oh, pfft, he just got deleted. Well, time to keep going. This is going super well. I may have forgotten that the upgrades over there did that much increase to our damage, but I feel like this mini boss here isn't gonna survive very long either. Sure enough, he doesn't. Now we just have to be careful of more of these enemies coming through here. We're not running anymore, but they are still taking a while to take down as they are nearing 200,000 HP. And there he is. But now we're here to the mini boss room, or not the mini boss, the big boss room, but the doorman keeps us out. So there is more armor that we can get, but I feel like we need more damage against the bosses so we can take him out sooner. And this one will be good for that. Max that out, max this out. So I think that's as much damage as we can do against the bosses. But there is more burn chance that we can get and more burn duration, which, oh, a curse gem. Well, now I know what to spend a crown on next. We just have to make sure that we get there. All right, second mini boss, get out of my way. Just gotta hopefully survive long enough to actually see the boss this time. But the other problem is our health numbers are so big that the healing off of killing enemies is not doing the greatest things for us. Oh, but we got rid of him. Okay, got a little more to go. Oh no, at least we could peek at the health of the next boss. 500,000. Thankfully though, we have enough gems for another damage upgrade, which is unfortunately as far as that goes. As crazy of a damage increase as that is. But let's get more armor over here, and then max out the burn chance here. Doesn't unlock anything extra, which is too bad, but we can get more burn duration here to max that out. And I guess there's a damage node down here that I forgot about. And then more dagger damage is gonna be appreciated, which I just realized that that has 10 levels to it. So this dagger should be really good in a little bit. And the first mini boss just gets a one shot right away. It's so rude. Because our arrows are doing 44,000 and then all the extra stuff happens and then the enemies die just as fast. It's crazy. Although it is a little weird when the mini bosses die sooner than the normal enemies. Well, it's whatever, I guess. I just really want to see the boss this time. Like, actually damage him. Okay, one more down there, and then please take this guy out. Please take him out. Oh, yes, we did! Prestige 1 completed. Prestige 2 unlocked. And now we get access to another gem. A cursed gem. Bow shoots a purple arrow that curses enemies. Cursed enemies take 3 times their base damage from all weapons? Oh, I like this. Oh my goodness. And then there's a third eye, which costs another crown. And cursed chance goes up, and cursed arrow damage goes up, and there's a new achievement, complete prestige 1. So before we go in there, I suppose we get more health. Not quite maxed out here, but that's okay. We can still get bleed chance up here and again, even though it should have been above 100%. Oh well. Time to see what Prestige 2 is all about, and our Chaos Gems. So we only have one normal arrow going on right now, and still doing enough damage to take out all of these guys right away. And the chests now give us 100 coins, wow. Should definitely use that Harvester ability now. And now these enemies are approaching 1,000,000 health. It gets really close, but we take this one out, and there's 1,000,000 health right there. I feel like this is where it hurts. Yep, sure enough it is. But that is enough to fire an additional arrow, and more arrow speed. Ooh, and we can get arrow critic chance. We fire an arrow and then it's like, you smell bad. But the curse seems to be the most effective thing right now because that's triple damage from all sources, which thankfully the chance for that is really high. It's just insane how much health we're losing in every tick. 100 health, it's crazy. So we need way more going on over here, but we can get close to getting the lifesteal. So let's dive in again and get the harvester going right away. So now we have over 1,000 coins. And we should probably make sure all the arrows hit these enemies, because if they miss, then that's a bad time. Although this 1,000,000 health enemy is still giving us problems. But now we can get the lifesteal at least, which is another achievement for 300 gold. And now we can get the curse chance up, and a little bit of arrow immunity. Not really sure if we need that, because we can dodge the mini boss arrows well enough. It might just come down to RNG if we can get through this next enemy. Not this one, but the 1,000,000 health one. Because the cursing needs to happen and the bleeding could definitely happen, and there it is, yes! But that was just one of them, and there's another one right here. And maybe we do need some arrow critical chance to get through this, but it's only 10%. Oh, but that increases dagger damage by 450,000. Should probably, put a few more levels into this. So I don't even know how much damage our dagger is doing right now, but I feel like the 1,000,000 health enemy is gonna be a lot easier to get through now. There's also just so many arrows being shot right now. All right, 1,000,000 health enemy, might as well turn on the harvest here because should have done that sooner. And wow, we didn't get through him that time, I guess. Well, it's just a few more levels before this node is maxed out, and definitely need more health. So there's just one more to max out this one, and then over here there's a few more, and of course the health goes even higher from there. So now we have 2,000 health, which should help us last a little bit longer going down here. And now the 1,000,000 health enemy, okay, now he's going down super fast, or I guess fast enough. And so is the next one. We're actually making it to the mini boss chamber, but this guy is a lot of problem. But we do have enough to increase the dagger damage by 450,000. And there's the next node for arrow crit chance. And I think the knife is now doing 4 million damage on the bleed proccing, or something like that. There's a really big million number that's happening every time the knife does that, and I love it. So that is for sure helping us get through enemies. And the mini boss here only has 3.2 million, but we don't have enough health to reach it. So need way more over here, but there's also more upgrades for lifesteal. Definitely need the bigger HP numbers though. And we did just get an achievement for spending 10,000 coins, but the reward for it is only 400. But now we can increase max health by 300, and then go down the line to upgrade the lesser health nodes. So now we have 3,000 health, and then some, which it looks like we are starting to get some lifesteal, but it's only 4 HP. Which is not a lot if we're losing 100 every time. But at least we can approach the first mini-boss with plenty of health to spare, and then get whittled down some more. Yes! Mini-boss down! And oh my gosh, the knife, yeah, it does 4 million sometimes. Is that because of the curse and bleed proccing? I think it is. So that's a lot of damage. And I have not been activating Harvester this whole time, so whoops. But at least we still made it pretty far to the second mini-boss. So the big concern right now is, again, more health, but we can get a few more levels like this, so that's maxed out. Is that as far as it goes? That might be as far as that goes, but there's still lesser health nodes here, and we did just get another node unlocked for increasing chance to heal on hit, which would add another 10%, and there's bigger healing here. So I guess that's technically not the lifesteal I thought it was, but at least now our health is 5,000. And at least the health on kill can ramp up enough to dial back at least 1 proc of damage. And I accidentally activated the arrow shield, which takes even longer to charge, goodness. At least we don't need it to pass through a mini-boss without taking damage, because we do enough damage as it is. So really the arrow shield is only good for 1 mini-boss or boss. Not much more than that, but at least we're able to get through a lot more of these guys now. We're almost to the second mini-boss chamber. Oh, here we are. Just need to get them down below 4 million, and then our proccing can take care of it if it ever procs. But at least now we can get the lifesteal up to 10%. Oh, and there's another health node. I didn't realize that this one up here was technically the second of this skill, and this is the first, which is weird because this was far cheaper than this is. So not sure how that works, but more health here, and then more up here, and then more cursed arrow damage. At least we can survive long enough to use the harvester ability twice in a run. But, oh, that guy hurts, and this guy isn't going down fast enough, so the proccing isn't happening as much as I would like. And this arrow attack speed upgrade only has 1 level to it, so we might as well get that, which, oh man, even more damage, and we can max, okay, never mind. We can get 1 into that, and then even more crit chance, oh, please do. And more gems costing here, but even more arrow damage. So that should let us get through enemies way faster. And now these less than 1,000,000 health enemies are getting just one-shotted. I love it. And I kind of want to see this arrow immunity skill in action. So let's go straight down the middle towards this guy, and then the next one might hit us. Oh, nope. But that one would have. So arrow shield definitely works. Good to know, but I feel like it's easier to just dodge the arrows. And thankfully the arrow reload speed is really keeping up with everything now. But they are still getting close enough for the dagger to come into play, so I'm not sure how much I like that. But at least here's the next mini boss here with 13 million health and immediately down. Not quite immediate, but at least you don't have to worry about it. Now the only thing we have to worry about now is having the health to reach the big boss at the end here, which we are definitely not gonna have, unfortunately. But thankfully there's big enough health upgrades here, which we can just barely afford this one. Might as well to see what this unlocks next, and of course it's nothing, so that might be the end of the trail there. But that should give us a few more seconds of life. So it doesn't really matter how much health we got, because the run ends at pretty much the same point. But at least we can purchase quite a few health upgrades using this node here. And here's the heal on hit. And I think now's about the time that we get more healing from hitting the enemies, and a little bit more health here. So now we have over 6,000 health. So now we get through the second mini boss without taking a hit this time. And now the enemies have over 10 million health, but everything still pans out the same, so we can still take them out. We might even see the boss chamber in this run. Although this guy says otherwise. So we need to start doing more damage there, which there is plenty more damage zones that we can get with the gems that we have. Actually, both of these. So that might mean that the base arrow damage is maxed out. And then of course, might as well max out the curse arrow damage, and the duration, might as well. And the curse chance, we can max out too. And then we have 1 coin left over, for luck. So now our base arrow damage might be doing 1,000,000. I mean, whatever that yellow number is above 1,000,000. It's kind of hard to tell otherwise because they disappear so fast. I guess we can see once we take on the first mini boss, and he just gets one shot anyway, so that doesn't help. But at least our heal on hit seems to be happening a bit more frequently, or at least doing a little bit better. I feel like the boss way at the end is gonna have somewhere close to like 100 million health. But we are reaching the boss chamber here, able to get in and take out you, take out maybe another one. Oh no, not quite. So I guess there is more armor upgrades that we haven't really gone into, which does unlock even more armor. Ooh, reduces damage dealt by the row again? Yes, please. And that is its own achievement, Gem Master, for 10 more gems. Nice. And then a big old shiny armor upgrade there, which would be good, but we can do a few more into this other armor node. And then might as well get more healing on hit here. Not sure if all this is gonna make us survive a little bit longer, but hopefully it does. The unfortunate thing is one-shotting enemies really doesn't give us the chance to heal on hit as much as it could. And here comes the boss after this guy who's still alive. It really seems like it's a damage thing at that point, but there isn't really much more we can get for damage. There is more critical chance, so we can buy one of these, which does give more dagger damage. For a little bit of gem cost, might as well. And that's as far as that goes. So I think the dagger is definitely doing over 2 million damage probably, but let's get more chance to heal on hit again. So hopefully that means we get more health back. So eventually when our arrows stop doing enough, the dagger will be very clutch. But thankfully, for a large portion of this, our arrows are doing enough. This second mini-boss here might have something to say about that, or never mind. Okay, there the arrow dives in, doing 3 million by itself. And then when it gets everything going for it, does 12 million. I feel like that should take care of absolutely everybody. It's just gonna be very close when we get in there and have to deal with the boss with very low health numbers. So might as well do an arrow shield. He's got 40 million, come on. Oh, we got him. I thought we died. The arrow's right there, yikes. But that unlocks Prestige 3. And with that crown there, hold on, let's get the achievement for 500 coins. But that third crown lets us get a third eye. Inflicts continuous damage with a chance to deliver a critical hit, dealing up to 3 times the base damage. Yes, please. What? Increases beam damage by 5 million? Oh, say less. I don't even know what Prestige 3 is gonna have for us, but here we go. And there the eye goes. Okay, these guys have way more health numbers already. Wow. And I activated the wrong thing. I wanted the harvester. Oh my goodness, we are barely getting through these guys, and they're stacking 2 at a time? That is just rude. Well, at least we're getting way more money from these guys. Enough to get more shielding and more health over here, even though we definitely need more damage. We'll get that going this time, even if it is just barely kicking in. And those 2 guys right there still take us out all the same. But we can get more damage over here thanks to the third eye having its own upgrade tree. Ooh, and unlocking other things like bow attack speed. Beam damage rate. Not really sure what that means, but it's definitely worth the upgrade. And then even more millions of damage. We are now getting to the point where 1 million damage is a small number. At least we're able to take out the enemies at range again. So that alone is letting us cover way more distance. But now they're into the hundreds of millions, and I feel like the boss is gonna have 1 billion. But we'll just have to see what the mini boss has in store first. If we can get through, we can't get through that guy. So more bow attack speed would definitely help. And oh, a shuriken. Spawns a shuriken that deals normal arrow base damage doubled against bleeding enemies. Neat. Get one of those. And more, okay, now it's percentages. Increased dagger damage by 200%? Okay, this is where percentages always confuse me. If it was increased by 100, that would be doubled, right? So this would mean that the dagger is now doing 3 times the damage because that'd be 300%? I think so. And now the other things get percentages too. Arrow damage and more dagger damage and more arrow crits chance. Ooh, triple damage on critical. We need more gems for that though. And we could definitely upgrade our other abilities first. And now our arrow range is so good that the eye doesn't even work for very long until we get to the bigger enemies. And how much health are we losing on a tick? 300, oh goodness. Let's try a shuriken. I don't even know if the shuriken did anything. There's so much happening, I can't even see when it happens. But here's mini boss number 1, or kind of close to it. There he is. Activate the arrow shield, might as well, but we ran out of health. So definitely need more over here. Increases max health and armor. Let's get this one first and then get this one. So we've actually reached 1,000 armor according to the achievement. Yes, we have, and that gave some gems. And ooh, yes, even less damage dealt by the row. So we're reducing the row damage by 70%. And that's about as far as that goes there. Also over here, there was this super magnet that I totally forgot about that increases pickup range. Probably need this. And that's as far as that goes anyway. Reduces collision damage, might as well, it's really cheap. And then more armor and health upgrades here and armor here. And then more health up here. So how much health do we have now? Almost 8,000 health and over 2,000 armor. Now the armor is actually looking effective. But of course it dissipates before we even get to the mini boss, so whatever arrow reduction the armor gives is kind of pointless, but we're picking up the things from way far out, which is very good. And then, okay, shuriken, still not doing anything. Oh, I guess it's throwing out with the arrows. I can kind of see it. So it's a spare projectile, sure. Also takes a very long time to charge though. And we are able to get to the mini boss with so much health to spare. No arrow shield because kind of activated it by accident, and that was so much health loss, oh my goodness. So definitely don't activate arrow shield by accident, but still need more damage numbers. At least we can deal triple damage on crits instead of just double. And then even more dagger percentage damages. I think yes to max that out, and then more down here, so we can max that out too. And now activating the harvester is worth it right away because we're able to pick up things from so far away. Back up to 10,000 coins already. Or we just don't take arrow damage at all, so we can save the ability for the next one, I guess. If we manage to reach him, but I am not sure we will. At least we are getting some health back reliably. because these guys take so many hits to go down. And that's a billion? Where are the billions coming from? But of course, our greatest downfall is health. So we have 36,000 coins, I just realized. We can get more 300s here, and then 400s, and then, oh, a big one. But dial it back a little bit, get one of these, and then more of these. So that should help us survive a lot longer. So hopefully this goes a lot better now that we have 10,000 health. And we can save the shuriken for when we really need the extra damage to get through enemies, which thankfully does not happen with mini boss 1. And I still don't know what's causing the 8 billion damage, but I love it. That might be enough to get through everything. If we can survive that long, that is. Which it seems like we're able to, up to the second mini boss chamber. But now the biggest problem is our health, again. So let's increase it by 1200, which sadly only happens once. But at least there's a few more times that we can increase it by 400, and then one last time by 150. So 2,000 more health should get us that far, if not a little bit further, hopefully a little bit further. I'm pretty sure it's the knife doing that billions of damage, which is kind of crazy that the arrows can't do that, but that is fine by me, because it means that the second mini boss should be no problem at all. Oh yeah, 2 billion health easily taken care of. And now the basic enemies have over 1 billion health, so this is going great. So we can make it almost to the final boss, but we are dedicating a lot of attention over to this side of the tech tree. So max health and armor goes up by 300 more, and then up by 30 a few more times. More health overall by 400 until that's maxed out, and then 300 till that's maxed out, and then even more till that's maxed out there. Now, having more lifesteal amount would be good if it actually, kicked in, because 10% is not a lot of chance there, but I think that's all of the nodes on this side maxed out. So while we're at it, more arrow damage by 200%, and more arrow damage by 200% again, and more arrow crit chance by 30%, and then you know what, more millions here. I have so many coins, I don't even know what to do with them. And that's another beam damage upgrade that we haven't even seen yet. But of course, all that won't matter if we can't make it to the boss. So hopefully 15,000 HP gets us there. The health bar is almost reaching across the entire screen. I almost feel bad for this mini boss right here. Doesn't even get to do anything. The second mini boss gets a little bit more time, but not really. As soon as that knife comes into play, it's game over. And we actually make it to the boss chamber. Okay, let's hope we get through this without any difficulty. Okay, arrow shield time, all this. Oh no, we made it all the way there, but we weren't doing enough damage. So more arrow damage, 200%, which now, hold on. The achievement says we've reached 60 million arrow damage. Wow. And there's only a few more upgrades left for us to go through. Beam damage even more. Oh boy, beam damage even more. Oh boy. Beam damage quadruples on crit? Yes! Is there anything more here that we can get? I guess not, but even more 10 millions of damage there. Oh boy, if we don't get through the boss here, I don't even know what is going on with things, but the arrow damage is just doing so much. These enemies don't even exist anymore. Might as well start the running thing because we can actually do that in this stage, since all of these guys have no chance. The knife doesn't even get to come into play here, the arrows are doing so good. Just gotta keep up this pace. Which, now the knife is coming into play, so it doesn't matter as much. I didn't even get to see how much health the full boss had. I was kind of panicking about getting the abilities activated, but we should be able to find out soon enough. Okay, why don't we slow down a little bit? The health coming back is thankfully proccing a lot more often. Boss chamber is here. Shuriken activate, I think yes, and then shield, arrow shield. 14, that was like 15 billion? Oh, he's still alive! He had to have been so weak. More tens of millions with the nice amount of money that we had. That's maxed out now. And then even more millions. Oh, that's more annoying than anything. We can make it all the way to the end with how much health we have, but we can't do enough damage, really? At least these guys go down with one hit of the laser eye. So the laser eye by itself is doing 132 million damage. That should be enough to take out the final boss. I sure hope so anyway. Okay, boss chamber is here. Time for the shurikens. And then the arrow shield, come on, 15 billion, get down to nothing, get down to nothing. Die, still alive. Am I gonna need to get all of these upgrades for that to happen? Need more crit chance on the laser eye, so that's up 120% crit. I guess that makes sense, kind of. Not really. Max out that one, max out this one. So I think that is every single upgrade that we could possibly get being maxed out, except for horizontal movement, I guess. Oh, and there's another one. Slow down. When active player forward movement slows down by half for 4 seconds. Oh, this would help at the end. I didn't even know that was there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. That would give us more time to take out the final boss. And I think that now is every single upgrade that we can get maxed out. Now we just have to make sure to hit that too, because that's all the way over on number 6. And if it comes down to RNG, I'm gonna be very upset. Okay, boss chambers here, shurikens. And then as soon as we get within boss range, slow down, and then shield, and yes! That was it! Beautiful! Boss defeated! No prestige is unlocked, but I think that means that was the last one. Whoa, what do we have here? 200,000, 10 gems, and 4 crowns to unlock? Unlock what? Well, the achievements give us 3,000 for completing prestige 3. Boss Slayer defeating all bosses gives us 3,000 more, and then completing all prestiges, 3,000 more. Beat the game gives us 3 crowns. And then I guess that comes down to these choices here. But we need 200,000 coins and then 10 more gems to do that. Well, I guess we're just diving a few more times to get those numbers. Might as well not run while the harvester is charging, just so we can try to get a little more time with it. But I think this is gonna take 2 more dives total. And then while the harvester is charged again, then we start running to try and get as many of these as possible. Might even get a double gem here if we kill him fast enough, and sure enough we do. And the best part is we're able to reliably beat Prestige 3. Well, that doesn't matter because we need to go in one more time to get the last gem that we need, and then a little bit more thousands to unlock whatever the thing is. Thankfully, we don't even need a second harvester charge in a run to be able to get there. But I do wonder if we can beat this final boss without doing the slowdown ability. We'll just have to see, and doing nothing, and we can still beat him. Great. So now's the time to see what this unlock is. And click it, infinite. I'm sorry, did we just unlock endless mode? Congratulations, you have mastered the row. Your power is unmatched, so great that the world trembles at your name. You stand at the pinnacle, a being beyond mortal limits, capable of shaping the fate of all who live beneath you. Now the choice is yours. Will you be a benevolent god, bringing peace and prosperity to the world, or will you embrace your darkness, becoming an evil god, ruling with fear and domination? Decide, for the world now bends to your will. Huh. So it's just a choice thing. Well, beyond an extra achievement, I'm not really sure what these give us, but let's go with Benevolent God. You have chosen the path of light. You are no longer just a diver. You are a benevolent God, a beacon of hope in a world once lost to chaos. With your unmatched power, you bring peace where there was war, justice where there was corruption, and healing where there was pain. The road tried to break you, but instead it forged you into a force of good beyond imagination. Nations lay down their weapons, the skies clear, the world begins to heal. You are the guardian of balance, the protector of life, the god this world has long awaited. Well, good. All shall bow to the name of Intern. And that's Row Divers. And then, let me guess. Oh, I guess we can still get the other achievement and become an evil god. So now we've 100%ed the game. You have chosen the path of domination. You are no longer bound by mortal limits. You are an evil god, a force of fear and absolute power. The Row has transformed you into something unstoppable. With every step, kingdoms fall. With every word, empires kneel. Mercy is a memory. Only your will remains. You shatter the old world and rebuild it in your image. Obedience is law. Resistance is ash. You are the end of weakness, the rise of a new order. The god this world was too afraid to imagine. Well, that's another way that could go, I guess. But that would mean we have done everything that there is to do in Row Divers. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to let me know, and thank you for watching. Sub to Intern.